right, so we are in the all-new 7R 330. We're also sitting in an Ultimate Comfort and Convenience package with our Ultimate seat that has not only heated and ventilated functionality, adjustable bolsters and bottom, but also a massage function as well integrated into this seat. Here next to me you see we've also got our Command Pro control. This is going to be specifically for IVT transmissions, and what this does is it allows you to put all of the tractor functionality within the palm of your hand without actually having to remove your hand to hit those functions, whether it be the traditional paddle pods and hitch or anything along those lines. So this Command Pro features 11 reconfigurable buttons. You can see we've got rocker switches for items like SCVs and hitches. We've also got some on-off buttons or single press buttons for things like auto track re-engagement, PTO on-off, iTech, etc. So the drive strategy is pretty interesting for Command Pro. This is going to be pretty unique to John Deere on this one. Got a couple of different ways that we can drive this. First and foremost, similar to a hydro handle in a combine or a sprayer, but not exactly. If I push forward, the tractor is going to begin moving in the forward direction. When I release the Command Pro joystick though, the joystick returns to the center position. The tractor will, however, continue moving at the same speed it was moving when I released the joystick itself. We've also got 3 reconfigurable set speeds on our Command Pro joystick. You can see I've got 2 buttons right here. We've got set speed 2, set speed 1. I can toggle between those. And then we've got a third set speed that's going to be all the way forward plus a D10. So it clicks on the front. That's going to take us to our third set speed, or our highest set speed. And you can see on our screen right here, I've actually got 15 miles an hour set as our max set speed. I've got 12 miles an hour set for set speed number 2, and I've got 3.8 miles an hour set for set speed number 1. Now, to engage our set speeds, once we've got the tractor rolling in the forward direction, all we have to do is we have to just simply move our Command Pro to the right, and that's going to engage our actual set speeds. Once the set speed is engaged, we can actually bounce in between these set speeds without having to do anything but touch these buttons right here. Very useful in a planting operation, specifically if we're talking about something like ExactEmerge, where let's say I'm planting at 10 miles an hour and turning around 4 miles an hour, I can just bounce back and forth between these. So that'll be extremely useful. Also, like I said, we've got different functionalities that we can actually assign to Command Pro. We'll go into our applications, and here's our control setup. And as you can see, here's our reconfigurability options. Obviously, the SCVs are going to be an extend and retract functionality there, and same with the hitches as well. So a couple of different items there. You can also see I've got a button right here, an orange button with a tractor emblem on it and an LED light underneath it. The more I push this button, the LEDs fill up. This is actually going to determine the aggressiveness with which Command Pro speeds up or slows down the tractor. One other functionality from the drive strategy, if I am moving in the forward direction and I desire to stop, there's a couple of different things I can do. I can either hit the brakes and use our auto clutch functionality in the tractor itself to bring the tractor to a stop. At that point, if I release the brakes, the tractor will go back to the speed and direction it was traveling in prior to that point. Also, I can actually pull back on my joystick. That will begin to slow the tractor down. If I do desire to come to a stop, I can either hold the joystick backwards like this until the tractor comes to a stop, or I can simply pull the joystick back until it clicks into that D10 position in the rear, and that will bring the tractor to a stop. So a multitude of ways to drive it. It just depends on what you're comfortable with and what you'd like. The last functionality I'll go over from a drive strategy standpoint is on the left-hand side here, we've actually got an extra, I'll call it drive slot. So if I move Command Pro to the left, I'm now in what's referred to as inching mode for us here. So all inching mode is it's a mode that allows you to operate the tractor between 1.2 and 3 miles an hour, and the intention is for hooking up implements. So I can just kind of inch up to those implements hooking up, whether it be the front hitch or the rear hitch. I've got that ability. Now, unlike our normal drive strategy, if I'm inching backwards and I release the joystick, the tractor is going to come to a stop. So there is a little bit of a different drive strategy between those two, but as far as transport is concerned, which is what we're about to do, we're going to stick to the main drive strategy right here in the middle. And you can see as I've been moving my Command Pro, I keep getting this message on the screen popping up and telling me to hit the activation button. You can't see it very well from that angle, but on the let's call it the trigger finger side location, there's a small black button. This is just an operator press and switch, essentially, letting the tractor know we're there and that it's safe for the tractor to go in gear. We're going to use this button anytime we're at a stop and we desire to get the tractor actually rolling.